I'm here today to talk about a serious addiction that I've been dealing with since I was 18 years old. My addiction is travel. But I'm not talking about luxurious holidays in the tropics, spent relaxing and working on my tan. I'm talking about bare bones backpacking holidays, spent exploring and working on my beard. I don't mean anything particular against luxury. It's just, with backpacking, I can afford to do more and more trips. The simple truth is one night in a 5-star hotel is the same cost as 2 weeks in a cheap hostel. And noisy, but you get free earplugs anyway, so you can't lose. The root cause of my addiction can probably be traced back to my upbringing in New Zealand. New Zealand is a particularly geographically isolated country. The distance between New Zealand and its nearest neighbour, Australia, is 1,300 miles. To give a sense of scale, the distance between London and St. Petersburg in Russia is also 1,300 miles. And all of that space in between, imagine all that space in between, aka the whole of Europe, was nothing but a stormy sea with a few whales swimming around. That's our nearest neighbour. Despite this extreme isolation, we still have a wide mix of tourists and cultures, and you are always exposed to stories of the far corners of the globe. And with every story, the curiosity just grows and grows. I said before that my addiction started when I was 18 years old. This was when me and 4 friends decided to go and see the world. We hopped on a plane over to France, bought a van, and decided on a very ambitious 3-month-long road trip. We headed out east as far as Slovenia, up to Poland, all the way back around through the Czech Republic and Germany, except perhaps not in that order, and quite a muddled, sort of convoluted figure-of-8 circuit. It was a brilliant, brilliant trip. And when I got back to New Zealand, my travel bug seriously developed. I had just problems being at home. I always wanted to be somewhere different and exciting. But I quickly got over that because university started. I was quite excited about the prospect of studying engineering and also the prospect of orientation week. I managed to get through university and come out the other side with an engineering degree. After only 1 week of after 1 week of my first engineering job, before I even got a paycheck, I had already spent it. I brought a round the world ticket through the States, France, Italy, and China. This was a brilliant trip, but the trouble is, when you first scratch that itch, it just gets itchier and itchier. And my travel bug had given me a serious metaphorical itch. The only way to scratch that itch for some relief was to go on holiday again, and for longer. The trouble with long trips though, is that they can be very expensive, but not necessarily if you're prepared to live a very basic standard of living in the depths of Southeast Asia. And this man was. Southeast Asia is a very big place, but, and I can confirm as well, 100 days is not enough time to see everything. I did give it a good go though. I spent 100 days backpacking, exploring, trekking, scuba diving, and climbing and eating my way through almost every country in the region. Brilliant trip. On my return to New Zealand, I have to say that my addiction cravings were satisfied for a number of hours. I learned something though. I learned that I needed to be on holiday all of the time. So, the answer was glaringly obvious though, and that was to move to London. Within a week, I had booked a one-way ticket to London, but since it's such a long way from New Zealand to London, I might as well have a stopover on the way. Ended up booking 3 in Malaysia, Vietnam, and Japan. Yeah, again, brilliant. So I've been here now in London for 2 years, and I finally feel like I am in a good place to battle my addiction, which I do on a daily basis. I finally feel like a balance has been reached. The only problem is I work with a lot of other Kiwis and Australians, and they have had similar journeys in their lives. So the lunchroom is constantly full of stories of places people have gone, places people have been. Despite this though, it's a very positive and therapeutic environment. And in some ways, I suppose, analogous to a rehabilitation clinic of sorts, where we are all getting better together. Thank you very much.